Hi, I'm Ara, N6ARA. On April 1st, Mark and I released our annual April Fool's video on the SOTA Plus YouTube channel. And this year, it was about the SOTA phone. Now, if you're not familiar with what the SOTA phone is or haven't seen the video yet, I've dropped a link to it in the description below. And if I can figure out how to put one of those cool little bubbles up where you can click on it, I'll do that too. Now, the video was a big hit. We got way more views than for the giant paddle video we made last year. However, Mark contacted me a few days ago saying, hey, I'm on the ham radio crash course after chat, and people don't believe this SOTA phone is real and was making actual contacts.
The part that I liked about it is it's Ara, which means it's real. We actually did legitimately do an entire activation using that phone.
Yeah, I didn't believe that. I thought this was fooling around. But it was a full CW transmitter, and all his little like key presses and stuff on the hang-up thing was real, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, 100%. The phone itself is actually the straight key, and the antenna you see coming out of it is actually the antenna that we were using. It was physically bolted to the phone.
Did you make contacts with that thing?
Oh yeah, a ton of contacts, like 15 or something.
Do you have those contacts? Like,
yeah, we have like an hour of footage, including the full activation.
Drop that thing. Are you kidding? Oh, you're already doing this, right? Please. I'm losing it right now, Mark. Bro, what are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Please start working on that second video, man. Please.
It is real, and all the QSOs you saw in that video absolutely happened. Thankfully, I had a little bit of foresight to record some footage. I didn't ever think I would make this video that you're watching right now, but I thought, well, in the off chance people don't believe it, at least we can capture the process of how he built this silly thing and operated it on a SOTA summit. So here's the journey of how he did it. Enjoy. All right, so it's not April, it's March 22nd, a few days away from April 1st. And like always, we've decided to do the build for whatever we're going to be doing for our April 1st video a little late. Mark and I experimented around with some ideas. Nothing was really landing. And then one night when I couldn't go to sleep, I had this idea of the SOTA phone, which is just this ridiculous rig that you could bring with you to the top of a mountain and make your SSB contacts and even do Morse code with the little hang-up mechanism here. Today, we're going to try to make this thing look like a radio. So we're going to give it an antenna. We're going to open it up and tap into the microphone, hopefully, and the little hang-up thing. I don't even know what that's called. As a CW, like a straight CW key. So, you know, it may not be a complete radio system, but at least it's going to have all the hookups that we could hook it up to a radio to make it look like it's a radio in the video. So let's crack this thing open and see what's inside. Now, I should say, I got this thing from some random dude in the parking lot of a San Diego barbecue joint I went to. Sold it to me for cash. I don't know its history. And one thing I realized earlier as I was getting this payphone out of storage was that in order to open these things, you can't just, there's no screws anywhere. What you need to do is actually get a key to unlock it. And then there's this little secondary key that you have to use to unlock the front panel and open it up. Problem is, I thought I never had the key to begin with. And so when I went to go find a set of lockpicks, I ended up finding the key itself and the little like unlock tool that you need to use to open it. So let's open this thing up. Yeah, I think this is like 50 pounds or something like that. This thing is like solid metal. Not what you would want to take with you to the top of a summit. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't connected to begin with. That's nice. You can come over here if you want to see the inside, Mark. Wow. Yeah, this is it's an interesting configuration, but I think all the things we want to access, including the the hang up mechanism you can kind of see here. There's just a simple little micro switch. So all we really need to do is, this might be the easiest build of all time. Like just these two wires, that's all we need. So I think what we'll do is we'll ohm this out and see what's on the other side, and then maybe break that out to a 3.5 millimeter jack. That's going to be super easy. This is for the keypad, though I don't know what the pinouts are for these, so we may not end up using this yet, just because we don't have time. Maybe in the future I'll actually make this a real radio, but for April Fools, I think if we can get the microphone hooked up, which I got to figure out what the mic signals are here, and maybe the speaker, I'd be very happy. Oh man, I just pushed that too. It says warning, do not push, and like obviously your brain's like, oh, I can push that. I don't even know. I think this might be the bell. Huh. There is the change drawer, so if you put in change in through this like change mechanism, it comes out. Well, if it gets rejected, it comes out here. Otherwise, it goes into this little piggy bank. But that's not opening. Oh, actually, I think we need to unlock the. That's not right. I don't think this key works. Oh. Earlier when I was looking for the keys, I found another key, and I don't know if that's the actual key that's supposed to be for this or not. Yes! Oh my god, of course it would be. The two keys I found today would be for this, of course. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. So this is the cover for it, and then the little piggy bank goes here. Ah, no change. Although, there's like this cool little metal tab here. I guess that's to load it up against this mechanism. Oh, there's some change back here. Ugh, oh, this has like gunk on it. 2005 dime, 2006 quarter. Some stuff that just like fell behind. Another dime, 2004. You know, I was actually looking earlier. There's like a little like expiring sticker here for this chip that's like dated for 2007. So I'm assuming this was pulled out of commission sometime in the 2007 timeframe, which I'm not too surprised by because like there aren't very many payphones left. In fact, I think the last payphone in the North LA area was up in Altadena. That might have actually caught fire. So yeah, it's very hard to find payphones nowadays. All right, let's put this thing back together. Ugh. Oh, man, even this part is heavy. Like, it's so ridiculous. Okay. Well, I think we could turn this thing into a CW key in like 10 minutes. So let me get some spades to hook up on here, and then we'll just break it out to a 3.5 millimeter jack connector, which I have like millions of. Ridiculous anyway. All right. So we're gonna need some lugs. We got some cheapo ones here that probably will work just fine. And then 3.5 millimeter connectors. I got a bunch of these, so we can use that. All right, cool. What kind of wire do you think we're gonna need? Cheap wire? Yeah, all right, I'll use the cheapo stuff. This is like way over gauge for what we're gonna need, but oh, I need crimpers. Where do I put my crimpers? You know, everything's like nicely labeled and organized, but I swear to God, I don't know where I put half the stuff that I eventually sorted in here. Ugh. Oh, yeah, crimper. Oh. There we go. All right, crimp tools. Oh, dude, I forgot this is actually a standing desk. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Lift this puppy up. All right. Better for the camera person to watch. So I think what we'll do to start with, got a bunch of these little lug doodads that we can figure out what's going to work for us here. That looks good. All right. Grab 2 of these. And then I don't know, I don't know how we're going to run the wire out to the key. Because it's going to have to come out of here and like out through the back of the payphone. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you look at the front, like when you pick this thing up and try to use it, you don't want like wires coming out of the front panel. It's just going to look really dumb. So we're going to need to figure out a way to route this CW key out the back somehow. That means we're going to need to figure out, because I want to know how long to cut this wire. So let's just cut it like way ridiculously long to start with. And then we could figure out how to fish this through the payphone system. You know what? That's actually a really terrible strategy. Let's try to figure out how to route this out. Oh, dude, this is going to be easy. There's already a hole back here. Hello. Okay, all right. So this doesn't have to be too long. This is gonna look really good. This is gonna look really good. And all it has to do is like route up here, so it doesn't have to be too long. Like I think if we made it this long, it would be perfectly fine. Let's do that. You're like, instead of not recording, I'm gonna try recording everything. That is the weirdest shot, Mark. Yeah, this is going to be super simple. So we'll just take this wire here and cut it, strip it, and crimp it to these little lugs. So I think it's better to have more wire than to have less. Oh, it's like bolts coming off or nuts coming off of this thing. All right, I think that should be long enough. Oh God, I really hope this isn't the best wire in the world, so I don't know how it's gonna crimp, but let's give it a try. What we don't want is this to come apart in the field because it's gonna suck to try to repair out there. Yeah. See, like that. That's what you get when you use the wrong tool and try to crimp this. Jeez. Okay. All right, we'll figure this out. This is artisanal crimping. Look at that. Oh my God, it actually worked. That actually worked. Passes the tug test. I'm sure it'll pass continuity too. All right. So this is a 2-part crimp process. First we put on the lug, which is completely undersized, or oversized, I should say. Actually, let me put the lug on the crimp tool first. Get it roughly lined up. And then get this in there. All right, so it doesn't fully crimp it. If I were to pull it right now, it's going to come right off. And then we're going to hand crimp it to who knows what spec. There you go. Oh no, it's coming out. Shoot. Ah, crap. This was a terrible idea. Why'd you suggest it, Mark? Why did you do it, Ara? All right, good enough. I swear to God, this thing is going to come apart in the field and we're going to be crying the whole time.
Is that foreshadowing?
Is that foreshadowing? You know, it's funny. It's just a switch, so the color wires don't really matter. Like you could put black to red and red to white, but there's like some part of me that just can't do that. Like red has to go with red. I can't override that in my brain. Oh God, this is like flux from the 80s. It's all dried up and gross. All right, one's down. Tug test passes. To the next one.
Is this a useful thing to build?
No, absolutely not. Why would anyone want to use what is probably now going to become the heaviest CW key ever made? Okay, so I bought a 10-pack of these 3.5 millimeter jacks from Amazon, except I don't know how this happened, but it's a crapshoot on whether the tip and the ring are terminated on the left and right side or the left, right, and left side. So the easiest way to figure that out is just to hook it up to a wire and check it out. So let's figure out which pin is which, and then we'll solder it to the, I just learned it's called the hook switch. So that little mechanism here, that's called a hook switch. We got that all wired up, so let's figure out what pins to hook it up to on the 3.5 millimeter jack, and then we'll actually solder it together. Okay, I'm getting distracted. All right, ground and ground. Okay, that's right. Okay, so the question now is, where is the tip? So, this is where I should be using my Omni Fixo, but I'm being lazy, and I'm going to regret it any minute now. Not this side. Okay, so the tip is on pin 2. You can't see it on camera, but there's a little number 2 next to it, so going to keep that in mind. Dude, the warranty's out. 2001 of April? Okay. So one thing I noticed, by the way, is if you look over here, it says mic and rec and keypad, volume, and then hook switch. So I think we might actually be able to easily tap into the microphone of this without a problem. So originally I was thinking, well, worst case, we'll just put a contact mic on here and then somehow run it so that we can record it. But if I can tap into this microphone and actually get real audio from this that we can record for the video, that's going to be like ideal. So, all right, that's a later problem. Carcinogenic smoke. All right, good. Ta-da! All right, so we got the hook switch hooked up to this 3.5 millimeter jack, and we've dialed into Mark's Flex radio. So here goes nothing. Oop, oh no. Okay, that wasn't supposed to start keying down. I don't think anything is shorted. Oh, you know what? I bet you. Yeah, it makes continuity when the phone is removed. Okay, dang it. All right. Oop. All right. So I think what we'll do instead now is there's a little micro switch back here that's picking it up. I think we can move the micro switch from the normally. Oh, is it soldered? Oh, no, it's not. It just came right off. Okay, cool. There's a little tab back there that we might be able to access. So essentially, I'm flipping it from the normally. Wait, actually, I don't even know. It's depressed down. So you have to remove it. So it's normally open. We got to move it to the normally closed side. Yeah, can't get my finger in there. Oh, this sucks. Okay, so got it hooked up now to the normally open side. So if we connect it, aha, okay, so, oh no. Oh man, what? Why didn't that work? Is it not making contact? Okay, so it turns out this micro switch is a little different than what I'm used to seeing. Instead of the ground pin being in the center and then having NC and NO on the opposite sides, they put ground on one side and then NC and NO. So we just need to rewire it a little bit, but we can make this work. All right, okay, I think we got it. Let's, okay, got to switch it from iambic to straight key, and then, oh, that works. This is so stupid. Why are we doing this? This is great. All right, let's see if we can make a QSO with it. Come on. Five, 7, 9. I think that's too many. Just working the sealant. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Okay, all right. So earlier we got this little opening somewhere over here. So I think I can fish this through. Oh, what was that? Oh my god, there was change left in there that hadn't cleared through. Huh. Okay, well, that's a later problem. All right. Oh no. Did the heat shrink add too much? It doesn't go through now. Is there? Worst case, I could just take the heat shrink off and just heat shrink it when I'm done.
Have you tried a tactical application of force?
That's what I'm doing right now. It's not working, Mark. Oh, actually, that was just a port.
Hot glue?
Hot glue, yeah. No, seriously, I'm not even joking. That is actually not a bad... That kind of looks like it's supposed to be there. Now it's actually a key. This is... we didn't even plan this. Not that we plan anything, but this is actually kind of cool. I like it. All right, so we can fish this little connector through, and Mark had this good idea of using a washer. Who would have thunk it? And then we could put the nut it came with, and actually, it's not a good permanent solution, but you know, there's nothing quite as permanent as temporary. And I completely recognize I'm using the wrong tool. Don't at me.
That looks so good.
I know, doesn't it? Oh, dude, that's not going anywhere. Like, solid. Check this out. So now, all you need to do, bam. Oh, dude, this is going to be so good. Oh my God. How do we pull off this magic every year? We always do it like one day before it's time to film the April Fool's joke. And we're eventually going to run out of luck. All right, let's put it back together. Not pinch any wires while we do this. Oh my God. How is the front panel heavy? Like, who designed this thing?
You might need to start hitting the gym just so you can use your payphone.
Dude, no, seriously. I'd love for them to ask, like, so what was your motivation? Well, I couldn't lift this payphone cover. And that was the final straw. Why is this not going back on? Oh, duh, because of, like, security and stuff. There we go. In. Ta-da! And now, with a newly minted CW port. Okay. And of course we gotta label it, right?
So what's the label going to say?
I don't know. What should it say? CW key? Yeah, CW key. That seems right. Paddle? No, straight key. So it's like CW key, right? Wait, what should it say, Mark?
The new N6 ARA electronics.
Yeah, just label the whole payphone.
Giant straight key.
Oh, why is it? I don't know. It's going off on its own. All right, whatever. Now we have two labels. What would this? If this was a product, would it, like the SOTA Phone? I feel like is a good project. Like
SOTA
product
Phone.
name. SOTA Phone.
SOTA Phone.
All right. Here, come get a look at this.
I mean, you
freshly minted label. Come here, Mark. Clean the surface.
Okay.
Because it's not sticking.
All right.
I'm gonna put this away and cut this. All right. Because we gotta label everything we do, right? So CW key. Is it on straight? Good enough. Bam! Bam! This may be the first payphone CW key in the world. You want to try it out, Mark?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it. I kind of want to weigh this. It's so heavy. Like, yeah, no. Anyway, you can't see weight on film easily, but we're gonna hook up the CW key now, cause that's what we've built. Not even gonna bother fixing that. All right.
Can you do DX even though it says local calls?
Yeah, I mean, apparently you can. You don't even have to pay. I mean, earlier we just worked New Zealand without putting in any change, so you just dial 1010 220. Oh, that was my monitor. Isn't it fun?
This is amazing. God help me if anybody answers.
Okay, Mark, let's go. See how much this thing weighs.
Oh, is it teared?
Oh, shoot. Hold on, huh?
You gotta
Okay, hold on. Tear it. Okay, teared. 46 pounds. Holy cow. Yeah, that might be the world's heaviest CW key. Now, this is where all the behind the scenes footage ends for the build video. However, I missed 4 really important things and never recorded how we did them. So I'm going to describe them here real quick so that you understand what's going on when you watch the QSO part of this video. The first thing to mention here is the radio itself. I debated integrating a radio into the system, but really didn't have much time. And we were pressed to get this video recorded in the span of 2 days, and we already had enough trouble getting a payphone together. So I ended up using the KX2. It's a great radio, and it does CW and SSB. We actually had a KX2 tucked right behind the payphone, just out of the field of view of the camera. So that's how we did all the contacts with it. Now, doing the straight keying with the hook switch to the KX2 worked just fine. However, with a last minute idea, I had this thought, man, it really would be nice to turn that hook switch into the PTT button and maybe perhaps use the microphone to talk and make SSB contacts. However, I was in a big time crunch and we really had to get this thing going. So we ended up actually taping the microphone to the side of the payphone where you can't see it. Now, yeah, that's, not really honest in that I'm not talking into the microphone of the handset, but we only had 2 days to do this, right? So we had to make compromises. So that was the second thing. The third thing was the antenna. So behind the payphone, I found a bolt that I could mount my AX1 antenna to, And what was great about it was that the antenna tucked entirely behind it, so you couldn't see the antenna and everything, only the vertical whip that came out. So that antenna you see in the video is actually real and is making the contacts. Now, with all those things hacked together, we took this genuinely 46-pound payphone and walked it up a drive-up summit. So we were truly on a SOTA summit. However, we were not going to carry this giant, super heavy piece of metal, several miles and 1,000 feet up. My back could not handle that thing.
November Tango, 6 Echo.
Oh, hold on. John, give me just one more second. Let me call CQ and then you can come back to me. Sorry, we're in let's try that one more time. Hold on. You good? CQ SOTA, November 6, Alpha Romeo Alpha calling CQ from the SOTA phone.
Did you call me on? I can barely hear you. You're 33 here.
Yeah, I was calling you. If you want to come back, act like this is the first time we're making a QSO. We're in the middle of a recording. It'd be great to get your call sign in it.
Got it, okay.
CQ SOTA, November 6, Alpha Romeo Alpha calling CQ for Summits on the Air.
November Tango, 6 Echo.
November Tango, 6 Echo. Great to hear you, John. You are 5x9 here on Whiskey 6, Charlie Tango 226.
Got the 5-9. Thanks, good afternoon. I have you barely topping the ground wave here. I got you about 33.
Copy that wonderful 3-3 signal report. Thanks so much, John. 7-3.
7-3. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks so much. CQ SOTA, November 6, Alpha Romeo Alpha calling CQ for Summits on the Air.
Whiskey Bravo 7, Bravo Whiskey Zulu, Whiskey Bravo 7, Bravo Whiskey Zulu.
Whiskey Bravo 7, Bravo Whiskey Zulu. You're a 5x9 on Whiskey 6, Charlie Tango 226. Whiskey Sullivan Delta. You're 5x9, 59 into California.
Okay, very good. Thanks. You are about a 5x1 in the Seattle area. Thanks. 7-3. Good luck. WW7D.
Thank you for the 5-1 from the SOTA phone. And 7-3. Can't believe this is working.
November 6, Delta, Mike Oscar. What are you working up there on the workbench?
Copy the 5-4. You're 5x9, and I'm calling you via the SOTA phone.
What was that one more time?
The SOTA phone.
Okay, QSO. Look forward to learning more about that. Have a good one up there. 7-3.
Sounds good. 7-3. QSL, got you in the log. Thanks so much, and thanks for dialing the SOTA phone.
Call here is Kilo India 6 Bravo Echo Hotel,
KI6BEH. Thank you for the Summit to Summit. You are 5x9, 59 on Whiskey 6, Charlie Tango 226.
Excellent. Thank you for the 5x9. You're also about a 5x7. Moving up to a 5x9 here on Whiskey 7 Alpha, Alpha Whiskey 0.
All right, got you in the log. Thanks so much for coming back to me, and thank you for the Summit to Summit from the SOTA phone. Whiskey 0, Mike, November Alpha. Great signal, Gary. You're 5x9 and 7-3 from the SOTA phone. All right, dude, let's cut it. W6 TRW, copy 5x9, 5-9 onto Whiskey 6, Charlie Tango 226.
Thank you very much, and thank you for listening. W6 Club Station 73 is welcome to activation.
Thanks so much, 7-3.
We're ready when
Yeah. And it'll even do FT8. Hold on. And it'll even do FT8. And it'll even do FT8. spots going out.
Rolling.
ATU. Okay, ready?
We're rolling.
All right. Nobody. What's up?
I can see just the edge of this stuff. Okay.
It works! God, it keeps getting jammed. That one's for Tim. With this lightweight, ruggedized, all-in-one solution, you'll be a mountain goat in no time. The SOTA Phone, now available on N6ARA. The SOTA Phone, not available on N6ARA.com. See store for details, batteries never included.
Rolling.
Hello, operator? France, please. What do you mean I'm the operator? So yeah, the SOTA Phone was real. And we were making contacts, and sure, there was a KX2 behind it, but everything you saw in that video was a genuine contact. We had a blast making this, and frankly, if I had a week or two, I probably would have made this a fully functioning unit that was self-contained. In fact, the original idea was to turn this into a backpack that I could wear onto the top of a summit. Now, what I really wanted to do was actually integrate a cell phone in here so that I could get internet access to look up spots and then ring the phone, automatically dial over to the frequency, and just have you pick up the handset to talk to whoever was already spotted on another summit with it. Maybe one day I'll get to this project. I still have the payphone. It's not going anywhere. So maybe it'll be a future video. I don't know. We'll find out. And that's all we've got. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and if you're not subscribed to Mark, KD7DTS's YouTube channel, SOTA Plus, I've linked to it in the description below. Definitely check that out and subscribe. We do tons of wacky, crazy videos together, and Mark brings in tons of other guests. It's a blast. Thanks so much for watching, and 7-3.